Hello friends, in this video we are going to learn concept of leverages. But more importantly, we will look into how can a manager use concept of leverages in his decision making. So I, Professor Rajesh Valeja, welcome you to our this video, the concept of leverages. So what do we mean by leverage? If the sales of the company decreases by 50%, does the profit decrease by 50%? If the sales of the company reduces by 80%, does that mean the profit will also reduce by 80%? Never. The change in sales and the change in profits are not exactly the same, and this is what we will learn in this concept of leverages. So if I want to define in simple terms what is leverage, the term leverage is simply a measure of risk which is associated with the business. As I said, with every increase or decrease in the sales, there is a consequent increase or decrease in the profits of the company. That is, the operating profit and the profits after tax will change. The extent to which these profits will change due to change in sales is known as leverage. This leverage exists due to presence of fixed cost in the business. So to understand that, we need to first understand the classification of cost. Cost can broadly be classified into two types: variable cost and fixed cost. As the name indicates, variable means it varies with variation in sales. If the sales increases, cost will also increase. If the sales decreases, cost will also decrease. That is known as variable cost. For example, if I manufacture 100 shirts, I need raw material for 100 shirts. If I manufacture 1000 shirts, definitely the raw material cost will increase to the extent of 1000 shirts. If I manufacture 10,000 shirts, the cost will further escalate. This indicates as output increases, the cost also increases. Hence, it is an example of variable cost. On the other hand, whether I manufacture 100 shirts, 1000 shirts, 10,000 shirts, the rent for my factory will remain constant. For that matter, even if I do not produce any shirt, the output is zero, still the rent payable remains same. Hence, rent is an example of overhead cost. It's an example of fixed cost. So, just to give a brief about it, raw materials, labor, other direct cost are examples of variable cost, whereas office salaries, rent, depreciation, irrespective of production, this will remain fixed. Hence, they are examples of fixed cost. So now, let us understand how do we prepare statement of profit. For calculating leverages, as we just saw, the first thing is to classify cost into variable cost and fixed cost. So here is the statement: sales minus variable cost will give contribution. After that we subtract fixed cost to get earnings before interest and tax, known as EBIT or operating profit. From EBIT we subtract interest cost, that is interest paid on long term borrowed capital. We get earnings before tax, from which we subtract provision for tax to get profit after tax. So every finance student definitely knows this particular statement, known as statement of profit. So from this statement of profit, now let us derive the formulas. The first leverage is known as operating leverage. Operating leverage exists because of existence of fixed cost in the business. In the format, if we see, contribution minus fixed cost gives EBIT. Accordingly, degree of operating leverage can be written as contribution divided by EBIT. This is the basic formula for calculating operating leverage. Now if you observe, contribution comes before fixed cost and EBIT comes after fixed cost. So I remember the formula as operating leverage is related to fixed cost, and hence the formula will be contribution upon EBIT. Similarly, financial leverage is related to interest. Same logic. Above interest we have EBIT, below interest we have EBT. So the formula will be EBIT upon EBT. And combined leverage is operating leverage and financial leverage, and means multiplication. So if I multiply contribution upon EBIT into EBIT upon EBT, if you observe, EBIT, numerator denominator gets cancelled, and what we get is contribution divided by EBT. These are the three basic formulas for calculating leverages. Let us understand with the help of an example. The details of ABC are given for a sales level of 60,000 units, and we are required to calculate operating leverage, financial leverage and combined leverage. As you can see, sales less variable cost, contribution less fixed cost, EBIT less interest, EBT less 50% tax, profit after tax. So everything has been given systematically the way we want it. So directly if we apply the formulas, degree of operating leverage is contribution upon EBIT. So 4 lakhs divided by 1,60,000, that is 2.5 times. What is the interpretation? We will see in couple of minutes. Financial leverage, as I said, financial leverage is related to interest. So something before interest divided by something after interest. So financial leverage is EBIT divided by EBT. So 1,60,000 is EBIT divided by 1 lakh is EBT. So financial leverage is 1.6 times. So combined leverage is simply multiplication of operating leverage into financial leverage. So 2.5 into 1.6 is 4 times. So combined leverage is 4 times. Let us understand the managerial significance of the concept of leverages. In this example, a firm has a sales of 10 lakhs, variable cost is 7 lakhs, fixed cost is rupees 2 lakhs, and the company has a debt of rupees 5 lakhs at 10% rate of interest. First part of the question says what are the operating, financial and combined leverages. The second part says if the firm wants to double up its EBIT, how much of a rise in sales would be needed on a percentage basis. So in the first place, if we prepare the statement of profit, sales 10 lakhs less variable cost 7 lakhs gives contribution of 3 lakhs less fixed cost excluding interest is rupees 2 lakhs. So EBIT is 1 lakh, interest is 10% on borrowed funds of 5 lakhs, which means 50,000. So profits before tax is 50,000. So if we calculate leverages, operating leverage is contribution upon EBIT. So 3 lakhs upon 1 lakh is 3 times. Financial leverage is EBIT upon EBT. So 1 lakh divided by 50,000 is 2 times. Whereas combined leverage is multiplication of operating leverage and financial leverage. So 3 into 2 is 6 times. So this is the first simple part of how to calculate leverages. Now comes the most important part, the managerial significance. The question says, if you want to double your EBIT, what should be the increase in sales? So EBIT is 1 lakh. We need to double this, which means EBIT should be 2 lakhs. As we have just understood, fixed cost should remain same. So fixed cost 2 lakhs will remain same. So if we go reverse, 2 lakhs plus 2 lakhs, your contribution should be 4 lakhs. Variable cost will vary with respect to sales. Accordingly, when sales are 10 lakhs, variable cost is 7 lakhs. Contribution is 3 lakhs. So when you need contribution of 4 lakhs, what should be the sales? So we cross multiply or we calculate the proportion to identify sales. When contribution is 3 lakhs, sales is 10 lakhs. So for contribution of 4 lakhs, how much should be the sales? So if you multiply 10 lakhs into 4 lakhs divided by 3 lakhs, the sales are 13 lakhs 33,333. So if we calculate increase in sales from 10 lakhs the sales have increased to 13,33,333, which means increase in sales is 3,33,333. Original sales were 10 lakhs. So increase in sales in terms of percentage is 33.33%. This is the logical method or the basic method of finding what should be the amount of sales. However, here we have not used concept of leverages. So to understand the significance of leverage, just try to identify, we are establishing relationship between sales and EBIT. Between sales and EBIT, we have fixed cost. And as we know, fixed cost is related to operating leverage. So using definition of operating leverage, it says operating leverage is 3 times. Just now we calculated operating leverage is 3 times. Which means if there is a 1% change in sales, EBIT, operating profit, will change by 3%. If we want to double EBIT means 100% increase in EBIT. So change in EBIT is 100%. What should be the relative change in sales? So again, now if we cross multiply 1 into 100, 100 divided by 3, 100 divided by 3 is 33.33%. As you observed, 33.33% was our answer according to method 1. But that was a long cut method. If you simply know the operating leverage, you can calculate sales on your fingertips. This is prima facie the managerial application of the concept of leverages. So once you identify increase in sales is 33%, original sales plus increase in sales will give us the new sales, which is 13,33,333. So interpretation of leverages. If I need to now define what is operating leverage and what is combined leverage, it can be understood as operating leverage is a multiple or measure of how much the operating income, that is EBIT, will change in response to change in sales. If sales changes, EBIT will also change. To what extent it will change, that is known as operating leverage. On the contrary, if sales changes, how much will the bottom line of the company, that is earnings before tax or earnings after tax or earnings per share of the company change due to change in sales, is known as degree of combined leverage. So finally, to conclude, leverage is an investment strategy of using borrowed funds to increase the potential return on your investment. We try to use borrowed funds for generating ROI. Operating leverage helps in magnifying the effect of change in sales on operating profit, whereas combined leverage helps in magnifying the effects of change in sales on net profit before tax, after tax, or earnings per share. I hope you have definitely understood the concept of leverage and its managerial application. Friends, if you did understand even a part of what has been explained, kindly like and share this particular video, and do subscribe for more such education related videos. Thank you.